South, I never really thought about it very much.
I'm really married Paulette. It was a Catholic thing too. The priest
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
think Paulette was a saint name, so I got
Well-
Mary stuck on the front of it.
I think if my name had been Freddie Bob, it'd have been cooler.
Pretty
Has a
much.
nice
I like
ring to it.
Maybe Joe.
Yeah.
Hello,
Okay.
everybody.
Any more vaccinations since last time?
Got mine.
We're done. We've
We're
got
done.
both of ours. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
done too.
okay. I'm done too.
I am done
You
too.
done,
All
Paul?
right.
I'll be done tomorrow morning. I've got an appointment at
Yay.
9 o'clock.
Hey,
Great.
hey.
Yeah, I'm done too.
Now let's have
Yeah.
the rest of the
Liberation.
300 million people
Yeah.
get vaccinated. That's what I want.
Yes, right.
Well, we got the Johnson and Johnson thing, so that's gonna
Yeah,
speed
hopefully
things
that-
up immeasurably.
Yeah. Brenda, you're
Yeah.
really dark. We can barely see you.
Okay, well, let's see. How dark am I? I mean, I can turn on another light, but it's what I usually do. I'm no darker than usual.
Well, shadows have their effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can see your hair, but we can't really see your face.
Okay. Well, I'll turn on another light. Makes everybody happy.
Yes, you're
Well,
always
everybody-
bathed in shadow.
Bathed in shadow. Yes.
Will the real
So no
will
art?
will the real Brenda please stand up? Right? They were always in profile.
Your pick. Oh, there's a fender on the floor. Pick up your fender.
The fender on the floor, is that a?
Fender on the floor. He dropped his pick.
Oh, okay.
Particular pick.
Thought it was a song you're gonna play.
Well, the fender is right there. You can play that.
Okay, is that better?
Much better.
Okay, well, hot diggity.
High praise.
Hi, Walter.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Walking along.
So did you get both your shots, Walter?
Nope. I still am waiting for the second one. For some reason, they just don't want to give me a date for actually either of my shots.
Be
I
careful.
had to drive them crazy for the first one, and then I still don't have the second one.
That's what happened to me. And then after a couple of days, or actually several days, I
Yeah.
decided, I should have heard something by now. And I logged on. And my I logged on Wednesday, and my appointment was on Saturday, the Saturday before.
The preceding Saturday, they never bothered to tell him.
Oh, jeez.
So I just printed everything out and went down there on last Thursday and
yeah.
stood in line for an hour and 15 minutes. And luckily, the last person that saw me before they kicked me out was from Austin Public Health. And he said, yeah, no, you're good to go. So
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that that'll happen to me too, because
Yeah.
they said that actually now if you go on either Tuesday or Thursday, you can stand in the line, and if there's a space, they'll give you the shot. But of course, who knows how long that's going to take.
Yeah, right.
I got
apparently-
my second one at Dove Springs, and we walked in at 5:30 and walked straight in and got a shot, and there were tables that were empty waiting on people to show up.
Yeah.
Walter, how many days has it been since your first shot?
First shot, I don't know, fourth, and then second shot was on the fourth. So
Yeah. But Walter, how many days for you?
I got my first shot on the 11th of February, so I'm not quite a month.
Quite do yet. It was the Moderna shot, right? From
Yeah.
Walter,
there's a
have you checked your account to see if it shows that you got the
Yes,
first
I
shot?
have. And there's nothing there. There's
Oh.
the thing that says, here's when your first shot was, but then there's nothing after that. And I clicked around on the site and there was nothing there. I couldn't find any other information.
There's something you can do about that.
Well, I called 311 already, and they said that they would put me on the list, but that was last week and nothing has happened.
There's
Walter,
apparently a form that you can link to from
there
the
is.
public health.
Walter,
site.
go to the frequently asked questions
Right. And
on
do
their
that form,
website
because if you're not showing up properly, they say to fill out that form and it's
and
supposed
send
to
it in.
And that's on the Austin Public Health.
It's on
It's
the
on Austin
frequently asked
Public Health.
questions on-
My wife and
Okay,
I
I'll
were
take a
very
look tomorrow.
involved in getting in fussing up a storm and writing to politicians and talking to city manager assistants about the deficiencies and the leading up to that set of remedies. And so there is a set of remedies that you should be following. You should go fill in that form.
Okay, I'll go check it out. Thanks.
FAQs.
It's been an ordeal.
Well, you know the pandemic's over. I mean, the
That's
governor
Yeah,
well,
said
that's
the
right.
so.
governor said it so.
Paul's
even
playing
have
a
to wear
song and not letting
masks.
us listen to it.
So we can all except Walter get together to play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, Walter and Paul, right?
Well, he's
Tomorrow,
getting
that is.
Did
he's
Paul get
getting his
his?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Oh.
my second one tomorrow.
Then you're supposed to wait 2 weeks
Yeah.
Right.
before you.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's okay. We'll
End of the
manage.
year.
That's nothing compared to where we went. How long?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's
2 weeks I can
Well,
do it
I
in my
mean,
head.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because in a way it's gone fast. For me,
I-
I don't know. In a way, I feel like it's a year already.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, it's completely ridiculous how difficult it was to get the first shot.
Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who to talk to about that, but that's
I think it's just classic supply and demand. They didn't have enough vaccine and everybody wanted
I
it at
don't
once.
think that it's just that because
no.
I had mine through Ascension early
Yeah.
on, and it was just because I was very lucky. A friend called and said, "Get on right now. There are spots,"
Yeah.
and they were so organized. And I think they set aside ones for the second because when
Right.
we were there, we got appointments, and I really think maybe because they have more of the infrastructure, the institution to
Well,
manage
I think-
it, and I don't think Austin. I think Austin.
I
Public
think what
Health-
happened was the governor switched everything to this hub approach because we were supposed to get ours through ARC, and then they weren't getting vaccine anymore. And
Right.
then apparently Austin Public Health only had 3 days notice that they were going to be taking this over. So partly it was
They're
just
probably not
okay.
as well organized to begin with. I don't know that they deal with the masses of.
But
Well,
once you got into the
yeah,
place,
the
it was
place was-
really well organized.
Yeah.
So I don't
Well,
know.
yeah. I have no problem with that once I actually got there.
No, but I mean that just
Yeah.
the,
Getting into it in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
and
getting
part
the
of it
initial
might have been
appointment.
an online,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you
And
think
there-
if all the computer experts live in this town, you would think that they'd be able to get a
You would
system.
think, but they don't work for Austin Public Health.
No.
Well, I mean that they could have figured out all the licensed drivers in Texas. Here's their addresses.
Right.
Start sending them emails. That kind of thing. Instead of running around for 2.5 weeks, randomly, clicking on this website and hoping against hope that you could get an appointment. It shouldn't be that hard. And there's still some people who can't get
There's a
on.
lot of people
I know.
that still haven't been able to get it. Oh, crazy.
And then they really need it.
Oh, well.
Oh well,
Yes.
it's a mess.
At
And
least
Yeah, so
we're
I
not
just
likely
say
to
we're
resolve
making
anything here.
progress.
Is that your final response?
I think so. I think this is probably all of us. I got emails from a few people, including Marty, that are not going to be able to make it for one reason or another. Barbara has a book club, and Fran had grandchildren, and Marty was just sick of seeing us, I guess.
He's got to get that video done.
Right.
His brother's in town. They haven't seen each other in a year, so they decided since they're both vaccinated, they can safely see each other.
They can hang with each other.
Right.
I have kids in Virginia that I haven't seen in a year, and on the 19th I'm going there for a few weeks.
Yay.
Yeah. Can't
Oh,
believe
that's
I'm gonna
great.
get on an airplane. That's going to be a surreal experience.
That'll be weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go to Hawaii in May, and that's a long flight, man. But
Yeah.
How long is it, Gary? I was just talking to a friend about that today.
it's about 6 hours from LA. So here to LA, whatever that is, 4 hours.
4 hours. Okay.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's England flight. Okay.
that's 10 hours on the plane.
6 hours
and
is
Yeah.
England.
all that
Yeah.
time on the plane
So I'll
and
see
in the
you guys
airport
from-
with a mask on.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's
That's the hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have
Well,
a
who-
4-hour flight, but that's not too bad.
Yeah, I could probably do 4 hours. I
Yeah.
mean, that's,
Yeah.
I don't know, 5 hours, 5.5 hours altogether with the mask, including the airport time. If
Yeah.
you check in ahead of time, I could live with that. But all the way to Hawaii,
No,
there's nothing in Hawaii I need to see that bad.
There's
yeah.
almost nothing
Me too.
anywhere.
I'm with you, guy.
Well, yeah, I've got
Well,
two
we want to
sons
hear
and-
about Hawaii because we've been talking about doing it to celebrate when we're.
Oh, Hawaii.
I still want to go to Hawaii. I've never been
I've been
there.
to Hawaii 9 times, so I'm happy to talk to you about it.
Gary,
Okay.
haven't you
Steve.
lived there, or you have kids there, right? Gary?
Gary does, yeah.
Gary
No,
He's
no, I
frozen.
just when I was young, I used to catch hops going to Hawaii, and
But we
and
don't.
then I liked it so much I kept going back.
But Gary Goebel has kids there, and
Yeah, I
goes
got,
every
I
year,
got
right?
kids and grandkids. I got a farm
Oh.
there.
Wow. Cool.
Whoa.
Well, it's technically a farm for tax purposes, so
Okay. Whatever works for you.
that worked for me.
What are you growing over there?
A lot of stuff, papayas, mangoes, just a little bit of coffee, gosh, all sorts of stuff. It is an organic farm, so just doesn't make money.
Yeah. Well.
Steve. Can't hear you.
Me?
No,
No,
Steve
Steve.
is talking, but he's muted.
He is muted.
I also learned sign language.
Yeah.
Doing aloha and sound language.
Ah,
Oh, well.
oh, wow.
Music.
Yeah, that's when I have to pronounce ukulele.
Not reading his chat.
Can you hear us now?
It's off mute.
Somebody want to play a song?
Oh well.
Sure.
Okay, I'm off mute now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're
Yeah, I was like clicking the mute button and nothing was happening.
But
Yeah.
you don't. Your
not in
picture
sync
and your
either
voice
with-
aren't in sync.
right. It's very weird.
You're
We
you're
can hear
playing the
you.
ukulele.
Okay,
in the
I'll leave and
video.
come back.
Ukulele.
All right, we'll give him a second.
Actually, you sound kind of like auto tune,
Yeah.
I do?
No.
No.
No,
Oh,
Steve.
yeah. Steve often has connection problems. I think his Wi-Fi is just bad.
Mine's always unstable. When I listen to the playbacks, I every now and then disappear for,
Yeah.
goes blank on me.
We hear that
Those
too.
are my best parts.
Always.
Mary Jane, I'll get your music queued up. What do you want to play?
Sweet Wyoming home.
Okay.
What now?
Ah, we see you now, Steve.
All right, my voice in sync now.
Yeah, you look much better.
Thanks.
So Mary Jane's about to start, and so everybody mute yourselves, and I guess that's it. Whenever you're ready, Mary Jane.
Okay. There's a silence on the prairie that a man can't help but feel. There's a shadow growing longer now and nipping at my heels. I know that soon that old 4-lane that runs beneath my wheels will take me home to my sweet Wyoming home. I headed down the road last summer with a few old friends of mine. They all hit the money, Lord. I didn't make a dime. The entrance fees, they took my dough, and the traveling took my time. Now I'm headed home to my sweet Wyoming home. Watch the moon smiling in the sky and hum a tune, a prairie lullaby, a peaceful wind, an old coyote's cry, a song of home, my sweet Wyoming home. Well, the rounders, they all wish you luck when they know you're in a jam. But your money's riding on the bull and he don't give a damn. There's shows in all the cities, but cities turn your heart to clay. It takes all a man can muster just to try and get away. And the songs I'm used to hearing, they ain't the kind the jukebox plays. Now I'm headed home to my sweet Wyoming home. Watch the moon smiling in the sky and hum a tune, a prairie lullaby, a peaceful wind, an old coyote's cry, a song of home, my sweet Wyoming home. Now I've always loved the riding, there ain't nothing quite the same. And another year may bring the luck of the winning of the game. But there's a magpie on the fence rail, and he's calling out my name, and he calls me home to my sweet Wyoming home. Watch the moon smiling in the sky and hum a tune, a prairie lullaby, a peaceful wind, an old coyote's cry, a song of home, my sweet Wyoming home.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good song.
Same song. He's one of my favorite songs.
Hey, Mimi, you want to go?
Yep, I will go
All right. You're the boat to China, right?
on the boat to China.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Back a little bit. This is
I love to get you on a slow
Yeah.
I like the chords in that one, Mimi. That was good choice. I gotta
Oh,
check
thanks.
out.
Yeah, it's nice. It's interesting enough, and it's not too crazy complex.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Buffett did a version of that.
A lot of people did a version of it.
It's from the 30s, isn't it? Or
It's
even
from
earlier?
the 40s. It was written in
40s.
48.
Okay.
And
that was
I've
younger
got
than I
on my
thought.
thing Ella Fitzgerald and
Yeah.
I can't remember who else I put on, but everybody's done a version of it,
Right.
including Bette Midler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now you.
There you go. Brenda, you want to go?
Okay.
I've been looking forward to this.
Jolene.
Okay, well, let's try not to disappoint. Okay, now I do want to tell you that on the last line, we're going to repeat the I'm begging of you, please don't take my ham. Okay, so just so you know, I didn't have time to put any changes in. Anyway, here we go. I'm begging of you, please don't take my hand. Jolene, 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 please don't take it just because you can. My hand is in the fridge over there. It's the appliance that we both share. We have a shelf, each in that good machine. You keep stealing all my things, my scotch eggs, cheese, and pickles. I can't afford to feed you, Jolene. You sneak down when I'm asleep. You eat the things I like to keep for my lunchtime sandwiches, Jolene. And I can easily understand we share the milk, but not the ham. You don't know what it means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my hand. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take it just because you can. You can have your choice of meat from the shops on the high street, but my dairy meat's on mine, Jolene. I had to have a start with you. Too much protein is not good for you. You need to cut down on that, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my hand. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take it just because you can. I'm begging of you, please don't take my hand. All right.
That was great.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very
Very
much.
good.
Where did that version come from?
It was just some people noodling around in England, and they're apparently folk singers, and they just decided to play with it a little bit. You notice the line about the shops on the high street?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
English.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's how I knew it was England. But where'd you find it?
It was on Oz Because.
Oh, okay.
Just look for Jolene ham parody.
Did you see her on the news when she was getting her shot and she sang vaccine, vaccine?
Yeah,
That was great.
I saw it. It was great.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's a national treasure. You notice I put down with apologies to Dolly Parton.
Well, I loved it. That was great.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it.
Steve, you want to play us a song? You're practicing. I know you're ready.
Actually, I've been practicing the slow boat to China. I'm really digging that one.
Yeah, that was a good song.
You might hear it again in the future.
Okay.
Fine.
I think repeats are good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that reminds me. I have a question for this group. Didn't somebody in this group play Hushabye Mountain for us once?
I don't remember that.
All right. I was actually thinking you did it, Mimi, but I couldn't find any record of it. So.
I don't think I even know it.
Oh. It's a song from a movie, as far as I know.
Oh, really?
From
I've never heard of it.
It's a song from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Ah, okay.
I guess it was written for that movie. I don't actually know. Walter, you want to sing us a song?
Sure.
Hold on. Let me think. What's your song? I don't remember which song is yours. Oh, yeah, I do. Here it is.
Should be Blueberry Hill.
Yeah. Any chords you need to...
I did all these Fats Domino songs, and I said, well, I got to do this one. And then that'll be it for Fats Domino for a while.
This is a good one to wrap up on then.
I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. On Blueberry Hill, where I found you. The moon stood still on Blueberry Hill and lingered until my dreams came true. The wind in the willow played love's sweet melody, but all of the vows we made were never to be. Though we're apart, you're part of me still. For you were my thrill on Blueberry Hill. Wind in the willow played love's sweet melody, but all of the vows we made were never to be. Though we're apart, you're part of me still. For you were my thrill on Blueberry Hill. For you were my thrill on Blueberry Hill.
Very nice.
Very well.
Great song.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, that was great. Good choice. Paulette and Gary, y'all want to go?
Sure. Gary's wondering, but yes, okay.
You have your doubts? Well,
It's been a weird song for us for some reason. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
One, two, three.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring, bound by wild desire. I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. One, two, three, four. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I felt you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
that turned out great.
Nice.
Getting the timing on that has not been easy.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
It's not like you're on a real stage. Little timing issues are no big deal.
Well, it does something. I mean, when you listen to him, to Johnny Cash sing it, some of the measures are like 4 counts long and some are 6. So it's alternating back and forth, and it just.
Jerry
throws me
doesn't
out.
like it when things go back.
No, I like
Well, it's interesting because in the
Neither do I.
the Ukulele Society group, we sing that song, and Bob always notes that, Johnny Cash always, kind of goes back and forth of how many beats. But the thing
Right.
is, it's Johnny Cash.
Right.
Yeah.
He can get away with it.
Yeah.
And he didn't even.
And he
write
can do it however he
Carter
wants
wrote it.
to.
Yeah, when I did it, I didn't even have the A minor 7th in there. It was just a 3-chord song for me.
That
The
came
thing
from
I
us
like about
because-
doing
Right.
it is
I
that
thought that
this
did
is
too. I
the
love
song that they let me play the kazoo on.
that. Uh-huh.
Ah,
But I kept
You want to play it for us?
losing my G for some reason.
Like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I always enjoy it.
That sounds good.
A nice sound of that kazoo.
Right.
So your solo part was all on 2 strings, right? It was 2 notes at a time all the way through?
yeah, well, that's what it was supposed to be.
And how were you picking with a pick, or what were you doing there?
Yeah, I was using the pick.
All right. It sounded good. I liked it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I tried to do it with my thumb, but it just, I couldn't do
Yeah,
it fast enough.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
That sounds much classier than a kazoo.
I don't know. On that, I mean, they use trumpets on the real
The
songs.
trumpets are
so
great.
the
It
Yeah,
kazoo
sounds
is
like
that's what I was
mariachis at
supposed
the
to be
beginning of it. The kazoo sounded good on it.
Yeah, I agree. I think kazoo fits really well, considering it. You're used to hearing the trumpets.
Right.
Yeah.
Christine, you sent me a song, right?
Yeah, but I'm kind of late. I'm sorry, everyone. I
That's
had
fine.
a college, an old college artist friend who gave a talk tonight, and they were asking questions, and we were all on, our pictures were on Zoom, and I couldn't ditch.
Yeah,
That sounds
right.
cool.
So,
Sometimes you just have to leave early. I leave meetings early, and sometimes
well,
I'll say
no,
goodbye in the
he's doing
chat.
too well. He was watching me.
Yeah.
Well, then you couldn't just disappear
No.
off into the ether.
Please ask my
But
colleagues.
then I didn't get to practice my song very much, but I'm going to do it anyway.
All right, great. I'm gonna pull it up. This is you, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right, cool.
So, so this song by Peter, Bjorn, and John, I found it really charming. I think everybody will remember it because I think it was a commercial, like a car commercial or something like that. And it was a Swedish group that made it big in about 2006, and it was voted the best whistling song by Rolling Stone. So I hope I can whistle. So anyway, uh-oh. Oh boy. If I told you things I did before, told you how I used to be, would you go along with someone like me? If you knew my story word for word, call out my history, would you go along with someone like me? I did before I had my share, it didn't lead nowhere. I would go along with someone like you. It doesn't matter what you did, who you were going hanging with. We could stick around and see this night through. We don't care about the young folks talking about the young style, and we don't care about the old folks talking about the old style too. And we don't care about our own folks talking about our own style. All we care about is talking only me and you, talking only me and you. I did it. Usually when things have gone this far, people tend to disappear. No one would surprise me unless you do. I can tell there's something going on. Hours seem to disappear. Everyone is leaving, still I'm with you. It doesn't matter what we do, where we are going to. We can stick around and see this night through. And we don't care about, we don't care about, I'm lost. Talk about the young folks too. And we don't care about the old folks talking about the old style. We don't care about our own folks talking about our own style too. All we care about is da 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 da. We care about is talking about me and you. try it one more time. And we don't care about the young folks talking about the young style. And we don't care about the old folks talking about the tune. And we don't care about our own folks talking about our own style. Well, that's what happens when you don't practice. Anyway.
That was fascinating percussion there.
I love this song.
Well,
it was really
I dropped
great.
my earplug.
Well, that earplug has your microphone on it, so it's right behind your ukulele.
The song
So
was
what
great.
happened? So it got really, really loud.
It got funny.
You'll have to go back and hear it for yourself.
I've never used earplugs before. And then, of course, I come in with, and then I got frazzled. So anyway, as always.
It was a nice song. I thought it sounded good.
Song because it's, to me.
Yeah, I really like this song.
Yeah. And you remember that whistling part, right? From a car commercial. And there was Kanye West that did a snippet of it. And it was very popular. But what I love about this song is that it's a simple story told through the eyes of these really young people, and they're just trying to get to know each other. So the words are very shy, and I think that it's really hard to convey that. I think it took really good writers to convey the shyness of young people trying to, feel it out and see if they want to hang out together. I think it's adorable. So anyway, but not the way I do it anyway.
No, that's good.
I've
never heard that song before.
I remember that song when it was on the radio. It's a good song, but I've never paid attention to the lyrics before. So I find that's true of a lot of the songs I learned to play. I've never really paid attention to the lyrics until I'm learning to play it on the ukulele, which I kind of like.
It's always an emotional response to the music. But you should, Walter, look it up because it's got, bongos and a beautiful bass line. It was nothing like, like dropping.
Must be on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah. What's the name of it, Christy?
It's called Young Folks.
Young Folks.
Yeah, it really exploded like in 2006.
Oh, it's pretty new. I didn't realize how new it was.
Hey, will we be able to access the music that you've got, Paul? Or are you putting that does it go somewhere?
So Christine, do you have a link to wherever you got this file?
Wherever I got the music or the I think I got it on just that Uketunes. And I kind of, I typed it out again because it was a little bit, sometimes they're not exactly right.
Oh,
right?
Okay. So this you typed out yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It looks like it'll be pretty simple for me to convert it to our standard format. So I'll do that. It won't take but a couple of minutes to convert it over, and then it'll be the same as the other songs that I post.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. Cool. Well, Gary, since you're talking, you want to sing a song?
Yeah, I do. I don't want to follow that one, but I will.
That's a good
Oh
song.
man, it's a great song.
So this guy sings in a real high pitch, which I cannot. So, do what I can.
Have you changed the key from the original?
No, I haven't. I'm not smart enough how to do that. So,
All right.
I sing it off key. So it's easy. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. look at my life. 24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise makes me think of two. Love lost such a cost. Give me things that don't get lost, like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you. Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Ah, one look in my eyes and you can tell that it's true. Lullaby, look in your eyes, run around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, to mean that much to you. I've been first and last, look at how the time goes past. I'm all alone at last, rolling home to you. Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Ah, one look at my eyes and you can tell that it's true. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were.
Nice.
I like that song.
So
I
I'm
think
not
I
a,
was 24 when I first heard that song.
I love that song.
how old is that
21.
song?
I probably was about that age too.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting looking back at that age. When I first heard the song, I was
Yeah.
a little younger than that.
I know. And now we're the old man looking at the. It's weird.
We're the old man. Yeah.
You know, when you were talking about lyrics and you don't listen to the lyrics all the time, but with Neil Young, I always heard the lyrics for some reason because of his unique voice and, you know, it just was front and center to the music, I think.
He's rebel
The
with the
needle and the damage done. That was one of my favorites.
Fred, do you have a song? No song? I guess everybody but me has played a song.
Yep.
I got a song. We'll see how. Let's see. Well, I got to ride to keep from hiding, and I'm bound to keep on riding. And I got one more I've gone past the point of caring. Some old bed I'll soon be sharing, and I've got one more silver dollar, and I'm not gonna let 'em catch me, no, not gonna let 'em catch the midnight rider, and I'm not gonna let 'em catch me, no, not gonna let 'em catch the midnight rider, and I'm not gonna let 'em catch me, no, not gonna let 'em catch the midnight rider, and I'm not gonna let 'em catch me, no, not gonna let 'em catch the midnight rider.
That's nice.
That was wonderful.
Right now, I'm on the ukulele.
Such a great song.
Yeah, it's a great song. It's a pretty easy song to learn.
Who was it that did that song? I'm
That's
trying
the
to
Allman
remember.
Brothers.
Allman
Band.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Allman Brothers. Okay.
It's my favorite Allman Brothers song.
It's a good choice. It's going to be your favorite.
Yeah.
It's just 4 chords. It's a
Yep.
D and a G minor 7 and a C and a B flat. And
Okay.
Get that damn B flat.
and I had some A minor 7s in there, but they're optional. They're not even written in the music I was looking at.
Okay.
What was fascinating me about the ukulele is it's like Baroque to classical to Greg Allman to Jimi Hendrix to jazz, you know, it's the coolest, you know. Who'd have thunk it?
Really?
Yeah.
One of my brothers has been teasing me about ukulele, and then he heard the London Ukulele Orchestra on something, and he sent me a clip. He said, "Wow, ukuleles are really cool." Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend who always says every time I tell him I play ukulele, he goes, tiptoe through the door.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll learn it and play it together.
we should. Yeah. Well, we don't have Marty here, but now is the time for the beer announcement.
Good, I mean,
I'm way ahead of you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go to the fridge. I'll be back in a second.
Me too.
We'll be in
Nice.
person and I can harmonize with everybody. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Oh well. I was doing that with Kevin. It was fun.
Yeah.
And now I could actually play at least some of the chords while I'm playing.
Right.
Mm.
Paul, that with that song, the one thing you guys miss is Paulette was harmonizing with you, and man, it sounded good.
One of these days we'll get to hear that in person.
I know.
What's that?
Just harmonizing
Singing together.
singing together. Paulette
Oh, yeah.
she was harmonizing with Paul, and it sounded really good.
I harmonize with everybody who's singing. You should hear how great it sounds.
Marty said something about trying to get together with the senior center or the the rec center. Where was it that we used to have the meetings?
Hancock
Senior
Center.
Or the Hancock.
It was the Hancock Center.
Well,
That's right.
Hancock is where the Tuesday group. Yeah, the senior center was Lamar. Yeah.
I don't know if he heard back from those people. He sent them an email, I think.
Yeah, I wanted to chase down about the classes that that we used to have on what was it, Thursday morning? I can't remember.
Thursday
Yeah,
morning at the Lamar.
Yeah, the one you guys were in.
Right.
I was thinking about, I should probably organize something and teach those again.
That would
think
be
I could probably
awesome,
teach.
Walter. That would be so cool. We would come.
Yeah.
You know,
The only problem is, when is it ever going to open again?
I
really?
know. They actually called us a couple weeks ago to be sure we were still alive and okay, which I thought was nice of them. But
That's nice.
What'd you tell them?
said, yeah, we're still alive. We
we're
will come back
done.
someday. Anyway, because we
Well,
were
I
doing
guess
a lot of
it's-
things over there.
The senior center would have a lot of their customers would be in the 1A or whatever group it is.
Yeah.
So they'd give you early
Yeah.
vaccine recipient. So
Yeah.
maybe that'll be an early reopening too.
I don't know. I think the city is just everything's shut until it's
Yeah,
all
they're going to be
over.
really, really careful, I think.
Right.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
More careful than
I-
the state of Texas in general.
Yeah, you betcha.
That's,
You betcha.
That's no surprise.
that's not a very high bar either.
No, it's not.
I have a question. How did you all meet?
Well, Gary and I were going to the Lamar Senior Center, and Kevin Jolly was teaching classes on Thursday there, and Walter was there kind of as helper with Kevin and showing people how to do stuff. And then we went to a couple of the Tuesday group meetings at Hancock Center. I mean, I think I made it to one meeting, and Gary made it to two before everything kind of shut down. And Kevin was always, I guess, who called him the ukulele evangelist? Anyway,
Yes.
he was always talking about everything in town you could do with ukulele. So we went to the Ukulele Society meeting a few times, and that was wonderful. And then everything just came to a screeching halt. So I guess Kevin and Walter and Marty got this started on Zoom, and it was like, oh yay, we can keep doing this.
Right.
Because we were
Well-
so depressed. It was like, this was our big new cool outlet that we could actually do together. And then it all went away. And it was like,
But wasn't the core group playing for a
Yeah.
long time before?
the rest of you in the Tuesday group were playing for a long time.
This group had been around for a couple of years. I know that.
And that was at a senior center, or?
When I
At
first
the rec center, the Hancock.
was in it. I mean, it was Kevin, about the only one that was in it, and we were at like Kevin Carroll's and Central Market and looking for a home.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I disappeared for 5 years, 6 years, and now I'm back.
Well, I didn't know you
The
were.
Ukulele Society group started in 2011, and I think that's really when the ukulele stuff all started in Austin.
Which meets this Thursday, by the way, if you guys are interested in doing
Yeah,
a
right.
Virtually.
virtual.
Oh,
Does-
yeah, that's right.
Does everybody know about that? Let me see if I
I
can find a
don't.
link.
They send emails out if you've ever been and got on their sign up sheet, no matter even if you don't go very much, they'll still send you an email.
And you can see the three Bobs.
Do they meet on Zoom then?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
No, it'll be
On YouTube. On YouTube.
Did
Yeah.
you see the comments? Somebody
How do you
wanted
do
to know
that?
if he was triplets. They really thought it was three different guys.
Go to YouTube and type in Austin Ukulele Society, and the link will be at the very top of the page for the meeting.
So they have a virtual meeting like this?
It's not a
Different.
video. You learn to sing the song, and it's broken down into like a gazillion parts, and Bob Guz teaches it over like what, an hour and a half. So
Right.
Check it out,
Yeah,
'cause it's really
people
great.
don't
It's really
don't get a
fun.
chance to talk like we do.
No.
No.
They have a
doesn't-
chat though. So if you really want to say hi to somebody, you can say hi in the chat.
And
Mhm.
Paul
So-
and Marty make fun of each other in the chat the whole time. So
But the really amazing thing was when the whole group was meeting together,
Oh.
and it was, between 100 and
150 ukuleles all in
ukuleles.
one room. It was wonderful.
It was amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll
Someday.
come again.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
Who knows when, but it'll come again.
Well, how did they show the music though? Did they project the?
Project it on the wall.
Bob has a whole
Oh.
beautiful setup. It's amazing.
Wow.
That's what Kevin did too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was nice.
I think Marty got the projector, he said.
Yeah, Marty, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, Christine, you may not know this story altogether, but so Kevin died suddenly back in June, which was before you started joining us, I think. So that's why we are constantly talking about Kevin, and you never see him because
Oh.
he's not around.
Oh.
But this is all his group.
If you go to the
Last year sucked.
Tuesday Ukes website, you can see
Yeah.
some videos with
Kevin.
Kevin, and
Yeah, didn't he
Okay.
like drumming lessons and everything else?
yeah,
He was amazing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, my goal is to get the website really going again.
Yeah.
So-
That would be good.
But unfortunately, my technical expertise does not really allow me to do that.
And maybe I can help, but my tech support has been lacking. So let's actually follow through and set up that meeting we were talking about, Walter.
I need some headphones like you because this is bogus. You can't play with these and you can't. I can't wait to hear what I did.
Right.
This fell out in my ukulele, but I thought the show must go on.
Yes,
Right.
right.
Fantastic. Yeah, it was good.
I like having headphones because I don't have to worry about feedback into the mic, it creates echo or whatever. And my ears are not shaped like earbuds are because they constantly fall out of my ears. I've never found a pair I like. So these are comfortable. They're not too heavy, and they completely cover my ears, so they're not mashing on my ears against my glasses. So they're comfortable to wear for an extended period.
Yeah, there's a Bluetooth headphone called MPOW, MPOW.
Mhm.
They're not that expensive and they work really well.
I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah, mine are plugged in, and I didn't want to deal with charging a battery.
Yeah, it's Bluetooth though. Okay.
Yeah, which usually means the headphones have a battery that'll go dead in the middle of your meeting.
Well,
So I'll get yours.
well, this one doesn't. You know, they're pretty hardy and they last. The battery lasts for a good long time. At least I found it so.
It is quite amazing how long the batteries will last, but that only helps if you charge them up occasionally, which is something I'm bad
Well,
at.
you actually have to charge them. Yes, this is true. Mine is gone. Mine is gone on a walkabout somewhere, but I'll find them and pick them up and do it again and show them to you.
Brenda, do you ever wear them at these meetings? And if
No,
so,
I haven't. I haven't because
Why not?
because I can hear just fine. Okay, I mean it's if I was having trouble hearing, I would probably wear them a lot though, because they're pretty good.
Yeah, I mostly do it for the
my
sake of the meeting, so I can avoid. I know at least one person who doesn't have feedback into their own mics. You know, I do it for my work meetings too.
The speakers in my computer are totally shot. So I was having trouble, really enjoying the meeting. So this is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
I don't think my speakers had ever been used before until we started doing these Zoom meetings. And it's not that new of a computer, but yeah, I have great fears of someday my computer not functioning properly, and then I'd be totally lost because I have no equipment. It's just me and the computer. I don't have any earphones, no mics, no nothing, no no idea of what to do either if something went.
Well, tablets work, although I have to say that I was not able to get Zoom to work on either my laptop or my other tablet. Okay. The only thing that works for Zoom is my iPad and my iPhone. So there's probably a setting I just don't understand, but it's no go.
Well, you sound real good tonight. Your song was great, and your speech is really coming through loud and clear.
Yeah, it's iPads are expensive, but they work really well.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I have a question for Gary. There was a chord that I never saw in my life. What was that? It was like this long. It was when you played Old Man, Take a Look at My Life.
No. You mean the other Gary?
Yeah.
No, it was.
The suspended chords.
There are no long chords.
There was a chord that in Old Man, Take a Look at Me.
Well, there was the
D
D.
S. What?
Oh, the D sus too.
D sus.
That was easy.
Okay. Oh.
Those are short chords.
D minor minus one finger.
What does that stand for? DSUS2?
The sus?
It's like
It's suspended, isn't it?
Yeah, suspended.
Yeah, it stands for suspended.
Fourth.
And
And sometimes they are suspended twice. I'm just joking.
They must have been really bad.
So a normal major chord has the first note of the scale, the third note of the scale, and the fifth note of the scale. And a suspended chord replaces the third with either the fourth or the second note of the scale.
Okay.
So a sus2, like in a C, instead of a C, E, G, you would have a sus2 would be a C, D, G.
They're
And
really
a sus4 would be a C, F, G.
It replaces the third or the fifth, did you say?
It replaces the third with either the second or the fourth. In your song, it's the second or the fourth.
Huh.
It does give you the feeling that it is, you know, it's kind of suspending you. You want to, it needs to resolve. So, you know,
I like them because you can only use 2 fingers on them. That's my kind of chord.
That's why I picked it. 3-finger maximum.
There were a whole bunch of songs in the 60s.
What were you just playing, Gary?
Well, it's just a D going to suspended fourth to suspended second, and then back, and it's. There were a whole bunch of them.
I saw her today. Was the one I love.
Needles and Pins or something. Yeah, I saw her today.
Go away. Get down on my knees and pray that you go away.
Get down on my knees and pray
that she go away.
Well,
I thought you were.
Needles and pins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Needles and pins.
Needle and Pinza. Yeah, I love that song.
something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway.
Would you put your strum cam on and do it again?
It's just
Oh.
what your D chord and then going up. Let's see. It actually goes to the suspended second first.
Here. I'll make it a strum piano.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's up here.
Oh, okay.
It's this thing.
It goes to
So
it.
it goes. I don't know if you can see it, but it goes. It's a D chord, and then it's a D suspended second, and then back to D, and then suspended fourth, and back. Not
This
quite.
is all
This
still
is-
in these.
You have to play that next week.
Needles and pins.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can do that.
Let's write it down.
It's a great song. I've tried playing it a number of times, but that whole flourish with the chords, I can't ever
Yeah.
figure out.
There were just, I can't think of what some of the others were, but that was a very popular thing. And Pete Townsend used the suspended chord a lot, like in Pinball Wizard, where he's going.
Yeah.
You know that.
That'll be your second song.
Yeah.
Wait till
Write
next
that one
week.
down, Tao.
Yeah, no
Homework.
pressure.
Well, he was in a Who cover band, so he knows all of those.
There you go. There you go.
Well, they've got a
He
pretty.
knows them all.
Oh, I want to hear Eminence Front. Put that on your list. That's one.
What's
That's
that?
my favorite Who song of all.
Eminence
Yeah,
Front.
yeah, it's one of my favorites too.
It's
Yeah,
a.
that was one of the ones that came out a little later.
It's late. Yeah. It's
What
at
song?
Eminence Front.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a great song.
I don't know how it would work on the ukulele, but I've listened to that in a loop in the last couple of years, so it's really good.
A lot of that, though, I think is dependent on a synth, isn't it?
A what?
A
Oh yeah,
synthesizer?
yeah. Well, I guess it depends on how creative you are, right?
Yeah, I guess.
In my case, not very.
That's one of my favorite things about the ukulele is to see what people do that is so creative to get it to fit on the instrument. When they started with a reference like that, where it's got like
Right.
lots of drums or synths or whatever, bass, and somebody will make it work, and it's like, oh yeah, that seems so obvious now. It sounds great, but I can't come up
Covered
with
that.
it.
You only have 4
Yeah,
songs. I was noodling around and I needed to end it and I couldn't go low enough. And it's like, oh, phooey.
Yeah, there's a definite limit on how low you can go, and there's a pretty effective limit on how high you can go too, and it's basically 2 octaves. That's about all you get.
Yeah.
I hate to keep obsessing about Neil Young, but I had like a craving for, you know how you just like think of these songs and you know you have to find them, and so I was looking up. I'll tell you what the song was, but I found it on Spotify, and then what came up was this choral group that had done a version of it that was just a knockout of a. I'll tell you once I look on my Spotify save, but you'll be just like so blown away with the way that they used a couple of his songs in a chorus, in a bona fide full choral group. It was just like beautiful. But I'll tell you next week. My homework.
Okay.
So I have another suspended chord example. The beginning of the Rush song, "Closer to the Heart," they've got an A sus2 to a sus4 to an A. So that's the one that I thought of when we were talking about it.
have
Nicely
time to
done.
work?
What's
Nicely.
that?
I said, how do you have time to work? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you obviously practice a lot. I mean, it really seems.
Really.
Can we see your fingers? Is there any way we could see you while you do it? While you
He's got ordinary fingers.
I want to know how it looks when you play it.
Let's see here.
We don't care about your face.
Nice T-shirt.
Thanks.
Good t-shirt. I got one just like it.
So it's like an A chord, and then stick a C in, a B in there. A D9, an F major 7, and then an A sus2, sus4, A.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the picking pattern is just sort of, I'm not exactly sure how to describe it. It's like, somebody tell me again which strings are numbered which. Is the A string the first string or the fourth string?
A string is first string.
That's the first string?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like 1, 4, wait. So 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3. So it's 1, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 3, 2, 4, 3. And that's a little all on the E string. Anyway.
It's not going to happen.
I hear you.
That's why people take music lessons, to really learn stuff like this.
And the men in old high places must be the ones who start molding new reality closer to the heart, closer to the heart. The blacksmith and the artist reflected in their art forge the creativity closer to the heart. Each must know its part. So a new, yeah, is that the word? So a new mentality closer to the heart, closer to the heart. And skip over the guitar solo.
It may be the only Rush song that I know of. I've actually heard before, I think.
You can be the captain, and I will draw a chart. But sailing into destiny, closer to the heart, closer to the heart, closer to the heart, closer to the heart.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
Very good.
I've got to go, everybody. Thank you very much. Paul, that was lovely. That's very instructional. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
See you, Fred.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you, Fred.
Night.
Yeah, maybe we ought to save my extra song for next time, since we're getting down to a pretty small crowd, and it's the sort of song that Marty would like, and he's not even here. I don't want to play a song nobody likes.
You can.
Well, what is it? Now you've got us all curious.
Vote on
Yeah,
it.
you could do it twice.
I was gonna say you can do it twice.
Yeah.
I'd like to try whistling again next week.
Am I echoing?
Some of us are.
I am.
Am I, though? If I have to sing this song, now I don't seem to be echoing.
No, I think you're fine, and it seems like nobody echoes when all but one person is muted. So I think it's fine to play a song.
Okay. Well, if y'all want to hear this song, it's an old cowboy song written by the poet Badger Clark, was a cowboy poet, and I have a lot of cowboy songs in my repertoire, which I used to be in a band where we were concentrating on them, and this one I found out it had more words than I ever knew that it had, so it's a pretty long song. So if you're up for it, I'm willing to do it.
I'm definitely up for it.
I'm up for it.
I'm the one sharing the music on the screen too, so
Okay.
I'm in charge.
All right, you're in charge. Now I don't feel so bad. And it's got more chords than a lot of my songs do. It's even got a D sharp augmented in it, which isn't that difficult. It's the same thing as a B flat augmented would be. But the music I had called it a D sharp. But here we go. Let's see. Everything picked. That's something I need. Deserts blue and silver neath the pale moonshine. Coyotes yapping lazy on the hill. Sleepy winks of lightning down on the forest skyline. It's time for milling cattle to be still. So now the lightning's far away. The coyote, nothing scary, he's singing to his dearie. Oh, there'll come another day. So settle down, you cattle, till the morning. There's nothing on the hazy range that you folks need. There's nothing we can see to take your eye. Still, we gotta watch you or you'll all stampede. Plunging down some arroyo made to die. So now, for still the shadows stay. The moon is low and steady. The sun comes when he's ready. Oh, there'll come another day. There's no use rushing out to meet the morning. Cows and men are foolish when the night grows dim, dreaming of a land too far to see. There you dream of waving grass and streams that brim, and often it seems that way to me. So now, for dreams that never come, the dust that keeps you drinking, we're 7 miles from drinking. Oh, they'll come sing until the morning. Always seeing way off dreams of silver blue. Always feeling thorns that stab and sting. Yet stampeding never made a dream come true. So I ride around myself and sing. So now a man has got to stay. A liking or a hating, but working hard and waiting. Oh, there'll come another day. All of us are waiting for the morning.
Sure, can almost play that.
I kept wondering when the coyote was going to appear, and it finally did.
Yeah, the coyote. There was a coyote in the first chorus.
Oh, I missed it.
The coyote
Yes,
wasn't
yes.
scary.
Don't get scared of the coyote.
Yeah, well, in my old version, I used to repeat that first verse and that chorus again because we didn't have so many verses. But once I found this version on the internet that had all these verses, and I thought, well, these are great. You know, why should somebody cut these out? And that it had so many verses, I didn't want to repeat anything.
I like a lot of verses because by the last one, I know how to play it, sort of.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a plus.
this is really kind of a debut song. You know, I've been playing it for years, but there was only like 2 verses and 2 choruses before you started repeating things. So it's almost like a new song for me.
I like
Very
it.
cool.
And I'm with you,
Yeah.
Christine, about lots of verses, especially on that
Yeah.
E sharp augmented. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
I'm
Great chord.
all the
Where
way,
was that?
all the way through. I was playing it wrong until the last verse. It's like, oh, I finally got it right.
I made a few mistakes on this one in the beginning. I'm always just a little bit nervous, and I'm likely to screw up early in the song. If I'm lucky, I'll pull it together. The song's over.
Well, that's my goal every single time that I play something. Can I pull it together?
Well, you did well tonight, Brenda. It was good.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've played it obsessively after coming home from watching Grandkids.
That was a great
So,
song. I really enjoyed
yeah.
it.
I did too.
Well,
And I just
picked
saw
out
Dolly Parton on Do Jolene the other night.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I picked out another parody for next week. I'll just surprise you.
All right.
Good deal.
You know, I hate to say it, but I was like a verse into the song before I'm like, wait a minute, these aren't the.
You're singing about ham.
Ham, yes. Please don't take my ham.
I just don't remember the verse about the refrigerator, but maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was complete. And I was just noodling around and it popped up. So it was fun.
Good noodling.
Yep.
Well, Mary Jane, your Roundup Lullaby is, I don't know why, but that triggered my memory of the Hushabye Mountain. So it's that song that inspired me to pick a song. Although I don't know if I'm going to learn it by this time next week. So anyway, I'm working on a song that inspired.
Yeah.
Hey.
Songs that the like the Austin Ukulele Society has on their website, you know, it's like Bob Guzz's, like a lot of commas and stuff in it. Is that something that we could play on here, even if it's like 18 pages long or whatever? You know?
We can definitely try it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't, you know.
The smooth scrolling works well with the chords just embedded in the words.
Yeah.
If there's a lot of space, like when there's chord diagrams above the words, although that's nice to have, especially when there's unusual chords. it makes the scrolling a little tricky on my end, because you got to go fast enough. You don't want to fall behind, and when there's only 2 lines of text on the screen, it's easy to get the scrolling out of sync with the music.
Yeah.
This gives me a lot more slack when there's like 2 verses on the screen at once. Then if I get off, then it doesn't matter as much.
Okay.
But we can certainly give it a try. If you want to do one of his old songs, send it to me and we'll just pull it up and see what happens.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah, I don't mean to impose on you because, this is kind of a pain in the butt, I bet you, to do all that stuff. I mean,
As long as you don't mind mistakes on my part, I don't mind trying things that are like that.
it's
We
zero
really
on my part,
appreciate
so
you
everything is
guys.
good. Thank you.
Sure.
So what's the best way to send the music? I mean, if there's a 2-page thing, then is that hard for you? A 2-page PDF?
Most of these PDFs that I've formatted myself, I format them into a single long page so that there's no page breaks. Because when there's a page break, there's like, you can barely get the last line of one page on the screen at the same time as the first line of the next page.
Right.
But with
so I
yours,
would
I
have-
didn't have time to convert it to that format, so that's why it was still in 2 pages when you played through it.
So I would have to put it, how do you make it one long? In Photoshop?
I've got some software that can do it,
Oh,
but I have to first convert it to the square brackets, and that's pretty much it. So it's just like the format you sent. You've got your chords in parentheses. If you use square brackets, then it'd be very easy for me to convert it to this format.
Do you manually have to put the square brackets, or you have something?
If I'd had a little more time, if I wasn't actually doing my regular job today, I would have taken Christine's and just did a search and replace for the parentheses and put in square brackets, and it would have been 2 seconds to do that. So
where would I find square brackets? Are they on my keyboard? I don't see them.
they're just to the right of the P.
The right of the P, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I can do
Just
that.
don't hit the shift
All right.
key. Just don't hit the shift key because it'll mess you all up. And that's the great temptation I have.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do it from now on.
Cool. Great.
Homework.
But if you get music from somewhere else and it's not convenient to reformat it, anything I can put on the screen, I'll put it on the screen. But most of these songs get converted from that square bracket format. But we can muddle through. We can make anything work well enough. How good does it really need to be, right? It's just an informal gathering.
I like it when it puts the chord in the middle of a word and it makes a note.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. Well, so there's some software on a web page somewhere that'll take chords that are above the words and turn them into square brackets that are embedded in the words, and it just does the best
Where's
it can.
I've been looking for that.
I'll send it to you.
That sounds like a great tool.
It is a great tool.
Because I'll spend a couple of hours changing it from all the chords above to all the chords within.
Right. I'm going to paste it in the chat, so look there and grab a link. If you go to that page,
Okay.
there's a thing on the left where you paste in your song, and then you hit the format button and you copy paste from the right side of that page. Some of the sources that I have for chords above the words, when I copy paste it into here, they get misplaced, and so the conversion doesn't work. I think they're formatting with tabs instead of spaces or something like that. So it's not perfect, but it's often good enough. That's where Gary Goebel's music tonight came from, is I just ran it through this formatter, and that's why you have chords stuck in the middle of a 3-letter word. It's like, oh, okay, I could patch it up, but I'm not going to.
Otherwise, I would have sung it perfectly. Yeah, I wonder so it takes Word files. Do you have to paste an ASCII file or something?
It's an ASCII, yeah. So, but I think if you copy pasted from Word, it might work. Try it and see. The problem with Word is it often has variable width fonts and stuff like that. So I don't know what that would do to when you paste it in as ASCII. The chords may not be lined up to where they used to be. But just try it and see.
Okay.
It's an easy
program
experiment.
that I'm using, this on song, you can take a Word file or a Pages file or whatever, and or even copy from a PDF and put it into a Word doc or a Pages doc, and then you export it as text, just plain text, and then you feed that into this program, and the program, you can put them above, which is what I like to do, but when I send them, it puts it in the chord pro format, and then puts the chords within the, in line with the words. And we could do that here too, go either way. I mean, I got this program.
From Kevin.
Well, Kevin told me about it, and it's it costs $20 or something like that.
It's a iPad program, right?
Yeah, that's the only drawback. You can't do it on your. I mean, I do everything on the the laptop or the desktop computer, and then export it to a text file and then put it into OnSong. So I can do all the
Yeah. I don't have any Apple devices anymore, so that's a problem for me.
Well, I guess that's the drawback to OnSong. It's only for the iPad really it's only for the iPad. They don't even, unless you get a subscription, you can't use your laptop or desktop.
But those are still, even then, it's limited to Apple laptops, right?
No, anything that could convert it to text. If you or export it.
Uh-huh.
Usually there's on the same drop-down menu where you can save it. There'll be a place where you can export it, and you can export it to a PDF or a couple other things, but a plain text file is what works.
So if I'm willing to get a subscription, I could use it on my PC?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay. Because I've only got a Windows PC and an Android tablet and an Android phone.
I tried another program, hoping to be able to do it just right on the computer and desktop, and that one's called Songbook, and it's just weird. It's just hard to use, and I've never been able to really do anything with it.
I'm using a Windows program called Chord Pro, and although it was kind of a lot of trouble to figure out how to get it to do what I wanted, I'm sort of halfway to what I would like to get, so it's close enough. I just gave up. I can get the long breakless PDFs. What I'd really like is to get the chords above the words, the chord diagrams above the words, but it doesn't support that.
That's
if I had that,
another thing OnSong can do.
I would love that because I always forget. I try to practice them and then they're gone. Then they're gone.
Yeah, and when you're playing along with somebody else, you look at the chords at the top, and by the time the chord shows up in the music, you've already forgotten how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And Dr. Uke, isn't it Dr. Uke where it just kind of follows the sheet music?
He's got his chord diagrams embedded just above the words.
Although I've had a weird thing happen with Dr. Uke recently.
Oh, yeah?
Tell us about it.
Just got it to, my printer had gone out for a long time. My printer, we finally got it back and working again. And then I started printing some songs from Dr. Uke, and they all printed backwards, the text backwards.
Wow.
As a backwards graphic. And I can't seem to fix it.
Well, he changed his website recently, and I wonder if it's related to that.
I don't know, but it was very bizarre. I finally kind of gave up and went to Osbikaz and went to look and see if I could find songs there.
Right.
But it was very strange having backwards text that.
Backwards, you mean
He's
mirror?
been hacked.
Mirror, yeah, that could be. That could be.
Has to be the Russians.
Probably the Russians.
Those Russians, they're at it again. What do they have against ukuleles? That seems weird.
They want you to go to balalaika.
Well, what's does balalaikas have 6 strings or do they have 4?
3.
Anybody know?
3.
3. Okay.
They only have 3
Wow.
strings, which is so strange.
Wow.
Well, 3-string guitars only have 3 strings.
I guess so.
Or ukuleles with a
Although
broken
it's tuned
string
differently
only have 3 strings.
than typical cigar box guitar.
Here's a project for you, Steve.
I've thought about it. I mean, it's triangular to build, so that can't be too hard.
But where do you find a triangular cigar box?
Well, I would build this box from scratch.
Okay. Those are weird shaped
Yeah,
cigars.
that would be a interesting search to try to find a triangular cigar
Triangular
box.
cigars.
These are all good questions.
Yeah, really.
A cigar box.
Well, I've got a
where
new
all the
thing coming
cigars
out
are
on my
different
channel
lengths.
soon.
Oh, what is it?
Some company sent
What
me
is
this
this?
thing. You plug it into your speaker and your guitar or ukulele, and it's wireless.
Huh.
It's
So
a
you'll be
guitar
seeing
cord.
that on my channel soon.
A wireless
Oh.
guitar cord.
Yeah, you plug it into your amp, and you can like walk 160 feet away, reportedly.
Nice.
But I was
Yeah.
doing it. My amp is right behind me, and I was like losing the signal sometimes. Though
Mm.
I don't know if somebody's hitting their garage door or something, or what's going on.
Yeah.
The garage door.
You mean it amplifies your uke then?
No, you plug it into your amplifier, and so
Yeah.
rather than have an extension cord, it's a wireless cord essentially.
So then your uke is amplified, right?
Yeah. So if you have an
Yeah,
acoustic
you have
Oh,
to have
that's
an
my
electric uke,
worst
amplifier in your
nightmare.
uke.
no, but if you have an acoustic electric uke, you just take this thing here, and you plug it in, and you plug the other one into your amp, you synchronize it, and then you can play without tripping over a cord.
But you've got to first have like a pickup for your uke to plug into. And
Yeah,
an
like this
amplifier
one's
for the other ones.
acoustic, so it wouldn't. But I have a caramel that's acoustic electric. I plugged it in. Actually, sounded good. Hey guys, I'm gonna leave. I haven't had dinner and I am famished.
All right.
So
see you
it's
later,
good seeing
Steve.
y'all.
Me too.
Bye.
See you next week.
See you later.
See you. Good job. I loved it.
Yeah, this was a good night.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the opening chords to the song I'm working on?
Yes.
Sure.
This is as far as I've got worked out.
What song is that?
Hushabye Mountain.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Really?
sounds familiar. It sounds like something I've heard.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds really pretty. I like it. It's like a G minor, but played at the 5th fret. And it's just it's not using the G string at all. It's just 3 strings. And then it's like the 3 strings of a D chord. And then 3 strings of a B chord. And then a C. And then a C minor. And then a G minor. And then a B flat diminished. And an A diminished. And then it starts again. And this time it skips directly to the A diminished. And then a but that only works on a low string ukulele, a low G ukulele, because it's the other three strings.
Okay.
Anyway, it sounds nice. I'm going to see if I can work out the rest of the song, and maybe I'll have it next week or sometime in the future anyway.
Play the song.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks. What did you say, Gary?
Who performed the song?
The only performer I know is Dick Van Dyke. He sang it in.
Oh, really? Oh, you were saying, yeah,
Right,
Chitty
yeah.
Chitty Bang.
Well-known musician.
Yeah. Oh, no, I do have another performer that is actually the performance I am imitating. Let's see. Oh, here it is. This will require you to set up a Spotify account, but if you have a Spotify account, this is a really sweet version of it. Let me see if I can find that on YouTube real quick. Here she is. I haven't listened to this, but it looks to be the same. Yeah, that's it. So anyway, that's what I'm working on.
Okay.
Sounds good.
If anybody knows the chords to the bridge, please email me. I'm kind of stuck.
And
I'll
what's
figure
the name
something
of
out.
this? What's the name of the song again?
Hushabye Mountain.
Hushabye Mountain. Okay. Well, I'll do a little research and see if I can find something.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
I've got some chords from other places, but they don't match her arrangement. So I may have to give up on her version and pick up something else.
And who's it by?
Who wrote it? Let's see. Oh wait, here we go. No.
Stacy
I don't know.
Kent?
Well, that's who the singer is in that performance. First released by Tony Bennett in 1968.
Mhm.
I don't know. At a glance, I don't know who wrote it. Oh, here it is. Robert and Richard Sherman.
Oh, from the Disney movies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, okay.
Any of those
Um,
words that has that
You can look. You can look on UQ tabs. UKU and TABS.
All right, I'll go check that out. I'm going to try to
Yeah.
figure it out just by paying close attention to what hers sounds like first. I haven't given up yet. I only started it today.
Okay.
Okay.
I know.
And okay, it might give you a starting place anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, if I want to
Anyway,
cheat.
everybody, I'm gonna cut out. So
All
I will
right.
see you later.
See you, Walter.
Later, Walter, good luck getting your shot.
Night,
Walter.
Oh, Walter.
Too
he left.
late.
Okay. Somebody should tell him that if it's 42 days after, if he gets his shot through APH and it's 42 days, he can do a walk-in and they will give him a shot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think it's been his 42 days yet, so.
No, it hasn't been yet.
Well, I'm going to take off too. Enjoyed it
Yeah,
tonight.
I think I am
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're gonna do that too.
All
Thanks,
right.
Paul.
Party to
Thanks,
win.
All
everybody.
right.
Bye. See y'all next week.
We're
Bye.
all bailing here. We will see
We're
you
all
later
sleepy.
next week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you later.